everyone, it's Climate Vibrant Soap. The last two soaps I made were winter holiday soaps, but you know, I came up with this idea that I didn't want something that was specifically for a holiday, but I thought I'd like to make a winter soap. So I used some blues and whites. I'm on a blue kick right now, but I'm going to add a splash of color inside the soap, and I want to show you how I made that right now. Okay, show you how I mix my micas. And first of all, here's my base of oils and coconut milk and kaolin clay. And since I use this to mix my micas, I want to make sure that it's blended first. I don't always do it like this, but I thought that I could combine this with my mixing of mica step so that you can see what I do. Okay, so now I have my micas. This has a little bit more mica, so it's in a bigger container. So I'm going to eyeball it and probably add 3 of these, which is probably close to a tablespoon. And what I'm aiming for is not quite a paste, but I want to make sure that it's enough oils to really help me break up the clumps of mica. And you can also just add your mica right to your soap as you're making it. But I've been doing this so long, and I might see a little benefit of not having to blend so long because the mica is already sort of liquefied. So there's one of my colors, and I'm going to add a little bit of titanium dioxide to that because I want a lighter blue. Just a little. And that's because I want a real subtle swirl in my base before I swirl in my deeper colors. Here's a nice purple. This is orchid purple. And there's not as much mica, so maybe that's like 1.5 teaspoons there. And I usually use half of a popsicle stick to blend that up well. So all the clumps are gone. There's that one. This one's going to be interesting. I have a little bit more mica on this. I want this to be higher in gold mica content because I want some of the shimmer to show up. So of course that's going to use a little bit more oil. And that's probably about 2 teaspoons. And it's looking like it's too thick. You can see it's like a paste, and I don't want that. So then I'll add a little bit more oil. And that's much better. Okay. And then what else do I have? I have one of my favorite dark blues, which is Klein blue. I'm going to use 2 teaspoons of that. So you don't have to use popsicle stick. I'm using a spoon. And lastly, I have a good sort of medium blue. It's one of my favorites also. It seems like I have a lot of favorites. And I'll take this time to say that, you know, I don't get, I'm just buying these micas, but I want to let you know where I get them and what color they are, so I don't get anything for plugging them. But these companies are producing really wonderful micas. Has a little strange granular look to it, the gold mica, but it'll turn out, it always does. And all my micas are ready. So what I'm going to do now is return to the regular scheduled program. Okay, so as you saw, I just blended all the oils, and that's fine. I'll blend it again, settle maybe a little bit, or maybe it didn't, but this was one way to make sure. Okay, so that's ready for my lye, and I'm soaping at about 72 degrees. It's a cold day, so things cool down. So depending on this fragrance, I should have plenty of time to work. But I don't usually, I don't usually take advantage of the extra time. I still try to move ahead just in case. And I'm using a fragrance called Angel Baby, and it's like a perfume, but it's a very sophisticated blend of scent. It's beautiful. Okay, so I better get moving. It's a lot of floral, or some floral in there, so it might speed up, so make sure that I have time to do the soap. Okay, and the rest is going to be whitened with titanium dioxide, which comes as a powder, and I mix it with distilled water. And let's mix that first. I think it's gonna start solidifying on me a little bit, so I'll make sure that I get my small amounts mixed up well. Starting with my lighter color here, which is the gold. Some of those clumps were actually the, I think there's a bit of like a cosmetic glitter in that makes the gold shine. And once the soap batter is in there, it dissolves well, it becomes very liquid. I'll mix that again before I pour it. This is orchid purple. I didn't want a really dark purple. And the Klein blue. Get my mold ready. And mix this white. You can see it is thickening up a bit. So it's very cream colored now, but this will end up being quite white after it does its thing. So it's a little clumpy, but not too bad. I'll get that in there. I'm going to get all of this in there. This is going to be the backdrop for the other swirls. And sometimes I don't want a really stark background for all the colors, so I like to sort of design the background first by doing a subtle color difference swirl. So I can blend this really well, or not blend it, but swirl it quite a bit, just so there's some interest in that part. Looks like a baby blanket. I'll save some for the top, but not this much. I don't know how deep this can go into the soap, so I might do a little bit of a spoon swirl to get it deeper in there. Yeah, it's not going very deep, but if you have that situation going, then you can always spoon swirl it deeper into the soap. It's gold. Saving some of these colors for the top. It's my orchid purple. This will be an interesting different design since it's all basically on top. So I can really title this soap making today as a drop swirl with a spoon swirl. Okay, so let's get I like these, I guess they're like grapefruit spoons. And I'm just gonna stir that in. You can see the shine of that gold. Still very workable. If I didn't have all this other soap, I would love to keep it this way because that design is pretty cool. Okay, so let's get some of this white back in there. I'll start with the darker colors first. Actually, I love this consistency like this. And so I don't have to dirty too many things. I'll wipe this clean before the next color, which I think will be this purple. And you can see I'm trying to get that color to be in every bar, so I'm making sure that I get it along the whole length. And finally the gold. Trying not to cover the other colors. Because of the nature of the while the soap is going on there, I am going to do a texture top. It's kind of halfway there already. And I know the texture is perfect for this right now. I'll do one more thing to the top. Just push the soap away from the sides a bit and add a little more texture. And clean up the sides. And there it is. This is Angel cold process soap, and I'll bring you back for the cut. Okay, let's cut into Angel. The one thing in my plans that really worked out are the colors. As you know, the batter got a little bit more thick, so I didn't do what I thought I was going to do. That's interesting. But I did get the white and blue background in. That was really important for what I wanted in the soap. But it turned out really creamy. There's some of those swirls showing up. It's a very, what can I say, soft perfume scent. Feminine. It's really pleasing. There's that purple and blue and the gold. If I look up close, I can see that glimmer in the gold, which is why I added a concentration of gold mica in that. And recently people really liked my drop swirl plus hanger swirl, so I thought, well, I'll do some more of that. And it still came out pretty much what I wanted in the swirl. The only thing is that it didn't go very deep into the soap in most cases. But I really dug in there with the spoon, as you saw, so that really pushed those colors deeper into the soap. Gotta be prepared to change your plans sometimes. I really wanted like wing-like structures like that, kind of wispy, for a soap called Angel. And all is well here. I'm just kind of one of those people that are content just doing my creative stuff indoors if that's what I have to do. I don't talk about this much, but I'm also still going up and looking in on my parents' care and all that. And they've been doing a great job keeping them safe by not having too many visitors, because that's really dangerous. And as long as I know they're in good care, that settles me quite a bit. These are the parents that really took us on road trips quite a bit. And, oh, that's a nice one. And really got me into, at a young age, looking at nature, looking up close. I've got so many pictures of my parents pointing out beautiful flowers to me as a kid. And the thing is, in those pictures, it also catch me, excuse me, it also caught me really looking at what they were pointing out. So I really grew up loving plants and flowers, and I saw my parents grow them. So I saw the care that goes into taking care of some plants. So got off on that tangent, but it's like you gotta tap into that early energy of looking at things and being inspired by things. Now here's where the gold starts to shimmer a bit. I hope that shows up. I really like that. And thanks for watching. That's the other thing I think about all the time. I'm very grateful for the people who cheer me on and make me want to do more. That's you all. And I hope you'll check out my store. You see people occasionally say, support the cottage industries. Well, I'm one of those. I rely on people buying the soaps. So check out my Instagram too for those inspirational pictures that I continue to take. And we'll see you on the next video. Okay? Bye everybody.